Hello, guys. Welcome to this episode of Code Researcher. This is the very first episode, so I would like to tell you what Code Researcher is about. So, Code Researcher is basically, uh, let me say, an activity, or let's say it feels like a game to me because on this platform or on these episodes or this kind of stuff, we learn, we code, and we have fun, all in Flutter, right? So what we normally do is throughout the week we select most of the or some of the best apps, and then we put them into code or we code them live on YouTube. Yeah. So on this episode, we will be coding the My MTN app. If you're in Ghana, then I believe you've used the My MTN app before. Yeah, so we are using that app as a tool or an item to learn some few things about Flutter, right? So I don't know all, I can't say I know all. That's why I need you guys in the comment section to put out your ideas, your recommendations, and if you like the video, you like it, whatever you have, you put it in there and we vibe and code together. By the way, we will make sure we don't use AI in here unless it becomes very, very, very difficult, then we might consult AI for help. Yeah, so I don't want to waste your time. It's already 1 p.m. The live is supposed to start at 1. So, whilst you are here, move with me. Let's go through the design. I'll tell you how I'm going to tackle it, and then we move into development. Code research. Let's go. So, I will first go into the design on the Figma. This is the design. Yeah, so this is the home page of the My MTN app if you're in Ghana. So this is how I am going to tackle it. So we are designing all this in Flutter. Let me see. Yeah, just this, and this. Yeah, so it's just going to be the interfaces. We are not adding any backend or any other thing to it. We just design interfaces. The whole video is just to learn, show how I tackle my design or how I tackle items or designs in Flutter. So I will go with what I know, and then I want you to also put in the comment section what you know. Then we'll get working. All right, so over here we have the design, the home page of my MTN app. We have the MTN logo. We have a greetings, yo John, and then we have the Ziggy chatbot. That's the MTN chatbot. After that, we have a balances button with a refresh button. We also have a view all button that I know leads to a screen with a lot of other features. Yeah, so apart from those things, we also have this. We have these three widgets showing airtime, bonus, data, balance, and then get broadband, get connected. Yeah. After that, we have another button or another segment, the quick access segment. So over here we have a data bundle just for you, send Momo and mashup. So we'll be designing this and also designing the bottom navigation bar. Yeah, so I'm sharing my screen where the app will be running at, so that all of us will be on the same page and know what's going on. All right, so mm, let's get started. So I'm going into my ID. As you can see, I already have the app set up. I just created a new Flutter app, which is my MTN app demo. Because sometimes when creating new apps, it takes depending on the dependencies and stuff, it can take a very long time to start a new app. So I just felt like having everything set up so that we can all be on the same page here. Okay, so let me get something working. Yeah. Yeah, so okay. So let me get all right. If you can hear me, I hope you can see all the screens, the one that I'm sharing, and then me. So let's first run that app and make sure and confirm that it's running before we go into development. So running it. We'll be talking about anything that I put there, widgets, column widgets, row widgets, just any widget that I put there. I'll try my best to explain it. But I know you guys are also good, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So let's wait for our app to get running and then we can start working. Oh. Don't forget to like if you are watching. Don't forget to comment if you're watching. And if you want to be here next week, just subscribe. That's how we do it. All right, so our app is up and running. If you're a Flutter dev, then you should know about the screen. The very first screen you get as a demo screen when you run a Flutter application for the first time. So let's press our button and okay. So that shows our app is running. So the very first thing I'll do is to clear all this and start everything afresh. Yeah. So we have run up. Do I get this? All right. So I'll start by creating just one class to let me first create a directory and call it home page. So in home page we'll have home page. Home page is gonna be a stateful widget, which will be home page. And then this home page returns a scaffold material widget. Yeah. So we would have to make this home page our main page in the Flutter main app, so that when we run the app, we would not have this screen, the incremental screen, but we'll rather have our personal widget, our custom widget, and then design it like how we want. Yeah. So what I can do here is I can just go straight for it. I want to keep everything as basic as possible. So let me call home page. Yeah, that's our page. Yeah, that's our main page. So if we run my app in the main method, we should have home page running. So let's try that and see. Oh, sorry. That's why it's live, right? We're not hiding anything. Okay. Yeah. People texting. Okay. So an app. Yeah. This should work. I think we should now have a home page, but yeah. So let me run this and see if our home page will be showing. All right. The white says the home page is working. All right, so let's test something. The app is in debug mode, so you can see the debug flag there, the debug banner. You can tell if I should remove it, but let's remove it when we are done with everything. Yeah. So we are doing this design. With this design, this is how I'm going to tackle it, right? So I'll start from I'll start by first tackling the items in the app bar, these three widgets. When I'm done, and then we'll see what we'll do next. So if I am designing and I have to tackle something like this, I have to trace out the widgets, since Flutter is made up of all Flutter layouts are in rows and columns. So I like to first trace out my widgets and then the layout before I go into development. That helps me when I'm developing. It helps save time as well. So I know this will be a row, and then in the row we'll have three children, which will be this: Z, greetings, and then the MTN icon. So let's go back to our IDE and see if we can get that working. So Can I put the screens side by side? Let's have it this way. I'll do it. So we first have app bar. Then inside our app bar, we have 3 widgets. The leading widget, which should I make it an icon? Let me just make it a container. So I'll first make everything a containers. So let me give it a height of 45 and a width of 45. And then we have color as black. So that's for the leading widget, which will be the left. And then we are going to repeat same thing for the other 3 widgets. So if that is left, we have a title, which will be this. That should be in the center. Yeah. And then we can also have actions, which will be here. So let's see. So we have these 3 things. Our title is not in the center, so let's center it. Alright. So we have these 3 things. We can say the first widget, it's our icon. The middle one is the greetings. And the right one is the chatbot. But with this, I feel like I can do it better than how it is now. Yeah, I think I can do that. But for now, this is what we are going to have. Our 3 actions. Looking at the design, we have icon, greetings, and then this. So because the icon is an image and this too is an image, I would have to do a few stuff in the asset. So let's first create this. So let's go with the text. Right. So where is our title in the center? This shouldn't be a container anymore. Okay, I can keep it as a container, but just give it a child. And the child should be a text. And then the text, let's see. So looking at the text closely, the yo is bold, and then John feels like a normal font weight, right? So instead of using just a single text, we can do this, we can achieve this in 2 ways, right? According to my experience or expertise, we can achieve this in 2 simple ways. The simplest one is going with a row, right? So whilst having this child, we can do this. We can have the children to be a row. Then we do this, yo. Then we give it a star. Give it a text style. And then we give it a font weight. Call it bold. Now when we run our app, we should have yo. Yeah. So the yo has moved to the left. So what we can do is to center it. So we use the main axis dot center for it. So that is one text which is doing the yo, and then we'll have another text where the font weight is just normal. Then we call that John Doe. So let's see. So we have this yo John Doe, but you can realize that there is no spacing between the two, the yo and the John Doe widgets. So you can do it this way. Either you put a space here, or you use a size box, a constant size box, with a width of let's say 8.0 to put a space between the two. You decide the one to use, but this is one of the simplest ways. Yeah. So looking at this, we've achieved the greeting section, which is yo John Doe. Now let's move to achieving our two icons, Ziggy, the chatbot, and this. This is done already. Yeah. So we first have to go into our assets. First we're going to the pub spec. Then we locate the asset sections. Yeah, so I think this is it. So when we have this, you can just comment this out. Yeah. I'll just take this off as well. So we are locating our assets / images. I'll just put it in icons. Yeah. So we have to create a folder. We already have I think, okay. So we create the asset folder, and then we add the images to it. We have assets, and then we have / icons. Yeah. So we should now have this. So let's refresh our postspec. Whilst refreshing the postspec, I will go for the icons and then drop them in their respective folders. So do we have it? Do we have it? Do we have it? I think, where is the asset? Let me check the Figma. It should be on the Figma. Let me find the assets. Let me find the assets. The assets are missing. Wow. Okay. Then we would have to okay, so the assets are missing. So we'd have to find them, yeah? So starting from the MTN. Assets are missing. By the way, I had the assets installed. I kept them in a folder so that we wouldn't come here and then try creating an asset by ourselves, because it was difficult getting the MTN assets. I even had to create some by myself. So it's funny how I can't find them here. I'll try to see if I can get everything back. What's this? Serious. Assets. Assets are missing. Wow. Assets are missing. Wow. I really struggle to get these assets. Wow. I really struggle to get them here. We don't need this right now, but I just want to keep it there. Let me first confirm if okay. Let me confirm. So we've added an asset. Let me check if our prospect is working before we go into the stress, right? So we have it in assets slash icons slash giftback.png. let's run our app and confirm if the postback is working before we move forward. All right. So there's a little issue with the postback. Let's go in there and get it working. Let's wait for our prospect. Oh, sorry, I put the assets in the wrong folder. Yeah. Yeah. The assets in the wrong folder. That's sad. Okay. So let's undo and then refresh again. All right. So let's rerun our app. What is it saying? Why? You have assets. You have icons. Then we have kickback. So why is it not working? Guys, let me try this and see. Alright. I think we should have our assets. I'm looking for my MTN icon. The first, that one is missing, and I really work to get those icons down there. But we have no choice. So let's rerun and confirm if the assets is working or the images are showing. Okay. Everything is black. Yeah. So I think we can just, for the things that we can't find, I think we can just replace them with normal icons for now, and then whilst we are developing, I will try to see if I can get the actual ones. Okay. I've gotten one of the icons, the my MTN. Let me see if we can get it working. Let's drop it here and see. So let's try this. Our gift bag is not okay, so we can just take it off. Okay. Let's see if my MTN is working. What is the issue? What is the issue? What is the issue? Why is our app not running? Let's rerun the app. I don't know why Flutter takes some little bit of time to load items, but patience move mountains. So you have to be patient. Yeah. So whilst it is loading now, I'll see if we can get some icon to replace the chatbot. I think we can get something similar. Yeah, it will be similar to the actual one. Is it still loading? Oh. That is still loading. think we've gotten an icon that we can use for I think we've gotten one that we can use for it. Yeah. So I can rename it to chatbot. Okay. Fatal, the app is taking a very long time to load. Why? It's taking a very long time to load. Let's run again. So while it is loading, we can tackle the next stuff. So we have this sorted out. I got an icon for that. We have John Doe. We've worked around John Doe. We've worked around the chatbot as well, because I got an icon for that. So whilst those two are loading, we will go to the next screen, which is the main body of the screen. The body is divided into two segments, this and this. And this is the bottom nav bar. Yeah. So we'll be tackling the next one, which is this. So this is the whole body. Inside the body we have a row, and this row has two action buttons. We have the view all, and then we have the refresh balance. And after that we have three items. We have this and this, then this. So whilst waiting, let's see if our app has moved. Why is the app taking so long to run? Okay, that's Flutter for you. I don't want to be coding whilst the app is running, so we would have to be patient. This container will also, so this for MTN logo, this for salutation, that's greetings. Then we have this for the chatbot. Still running. think it's done running, right? Yeah, it's installing. Huh. One big issue with Flutter. Flutter takes so long to load. Yeah, so as we can all see, we now have the MTN icon. So let me add the chatbot, then we can move on. So picking this same implementation from here, let's come here and do this, and we will call this chatbot icon. So let's refresh. Yeah, as you can see, so we have these three. But one other thing we can do is to remove all this from the app bar and then put it in this widget called button. So we are going to have a size box with the width. The width, we would like the width to take the whole screen. So that will be double dot infinity. Then we will give it a height. What is it? That should be size, not size box. Wait. Is it size? Okay, let me confirm. It's like I'm forgetting what. Is it size? Is it size? Is it size? Okay. So let's create something. I think it should be size. I'll confirm. Let me confirm. I think this thing is size. Let me confirm. Its preferred size. So preferred size doesn't have it. And we can have this. And then the height. Let's give it 80. And then the child will be a row. The main axis will be space between, and then the children will be our three containers. So we have the container for MTN logo, we have container for greetings, and then we have container for the chatbot. So let's run this and see. All right, we have our item there, so the height is 0. Now we can control everything we want. So you can see that the image is too small, my MTN. So let's increase the size. I couldn't get the actual icon, so I just have to use something that looks like it. Yeah, I think we can go with this. Yeah, MTN icons are not out there. All the icons in the MTN app are not out there. So I just have to find something to replace something. I designed them, but I couldn't locate the folder. So you just have to bear with me, and then we go with what we have. Yeah, let's improvise. So now we have our icons. Let's put a little space around this. So you can put it in a pattern, put it symmetric, then horizontal. Yeah. So now we can take, should we take off the containers? We can change them to size box. No. So we have our top section sorted out. Now we go into this. Don't worry, the colors will come. So if we are to design the colors, we start with the up bar, right? Go background color. Then we first, let's just give any color and see. So let me find a color. So let's run this and see what we have for our up bar. So that's for our up bar, but we have yellow here, right? So we pick the MTN yellow. And use that. Okay. As you can see, it's looking like MTN. So that's for app bar. We can say we are done with the app bar now. Now we go for the body. So looking at this, we have the body, and the body has a column. This is a parent layout, so we can call this the column. Then inside them, we now have the row, and then this one. So let's start with the column. But one thing about bodies is that bodies are scrollable. So in order to get this, in order not to get an overflow when the items or the elements are more than the screen, or when we have the app downloaded on the screen that is smaller or shorter than what we have here, then we have to use a single child scroll view. One very, very important widget in Flutter. So we can start this by calling our single child scroll view for the bottom. We can also set the scroll direction. The direction is automatically or by default it's in a vertical layout, vertical direction, but I can decide to still set it just for. So we have a child, and then that child will be a column that has children. So for the children, we'll first have the action buttons, and then we'll have the cards. So let's start with our action buttons. To do the button, we will have a row that will have a main axis of children, space between, and then the children will be this. So we have an item, have this, and this. We can decide to use two. We can achieve this in two ways, right? We can decide to use a text button, an icon button, elevated button, any type of button to get this, or you can go the easiest way, which is using wrapping the items in an inkwell widget. So because I want everything to be very basic and easy, I will first use the simplest way, which is getting our action buttons done and then wrapping them in an inkwell widget. So we have two action buttons. Let's put them in the size box. Where the child is another row, children, and then we have a text. I think we have a text up here, so let's just copy and paste. Yeah. Let's take this too. Yeah. So we have this. What does it say? Balances. I think it has a normal. and then we leave a space, then go for an icon of refresh. I'm not sure, the MTN icons are all missing. Let's check Google. Yeah, we have something similar. Let me look for one that's more similar to it. We are looking for this. Let's put this. I hope it's free though. This. Let's go for this. I think it's sharp, right? You can pick this and change the color later. So let's download this. What's even the best place to get these icons? We have 2 question mark $. Oh, have to watch on that. Okay. Let me see. This is what we are looking for. So we can call it, let me confirm, yeah. So we can call it refresh icon. So we can replace this with, let me see what we have here. Let me just pick all this. So let's see. Yeah. You have balances and then you have refresh icon. Does it look like what we have on the MTN? Yeah, size too big. try 16. Yeah, I think 16 is okay. So we have our balances and it's set up. So you can just copy the same thing. Try my best to keep everything as basic as possible. Yeah. So one thing we have to do for this, so let's take a good look at this. You have to achieve this rounded corner. So before that, let me put this in a container and give it wave should be double dot infinity, then decoration, we have box decoration, we have border radius, the top right. Okay, for the scaffold, let's give it a background color because I saw something. We have two background colors here. We have this white and then this white. I'm not sure they are the same. So we'd have to get these two working, and if possible get these two working before we move forward to the development. So let me first give it just any background color, see what you have, and then I'm going to development. So this is what we have. So we can decide to set the main background color of the scaffold to be this. Yeah. We have color and this. Yeah, so this becomes the background color. This off. We have that from MTN. Then we have to design this section. We have to do these corners. Yeah. So how do we achieve this? Let's put mines together. We have our container. Let's give it color. Green. sorry, should be in the decoration. Yeah, so let's also give it a height, just to, so yeah. Make the radius 45. Is that what we have there? It's 45, okay. All right, so this, because we want to achieve, we want to have the yellow down there, because our rounded corner is here, but it still has that kind of white background. So we have to find a way to stack two widgets on each other, where the first one will have a yellow background, and then the second one will have the normal background. I think that's the best way we'll do that. So let's put our idea into action and see what we get. For now, let me just take the children off, so we can have a screen to deal with. Alright, so let's have this in a stack. So let's first have a center child, which is this. Yeah. So we have this, and we'll set a background color to this. What we have now, we have our two yellows, but it seems like one yellow is different from the other yellow. Really? Okay. Let's see how best we can solve that. So we have our yellow matching. Now we can go back into development. So what do we have here? Okay. Let me see. So we have this. We have this, and then we will build our child. Why did I keep that? Yeah, I only need my stuff from you. I need my stuff from you. Why is it? Why is it? Why is it? Okay. I'm getting lost on what to do next. So we have this and this. So let's go. We have our start, child, find a child, and find the child story. Put this and pick. So now let's see what we have. Yeah. So now we can put these children in a very nice pattern. Is that okay? We can put it in symmetric. Vertical 24 and horizontal 24. This will be 32. Yeah. So let's see. Balances is bold, view all is bold. I have view all. Then view all. View all has an icon, yeah. That one is different from what we have here. It looks like a forward icon. We have a forward icon, keyboard forward, and then a background of black. I think we can do that. So let's go. So we can just keep this as an icon. Now we say keyboard forward. It's rounded, yeah. Now let's see what we got. We have this. We can wrap this in cycle avatar. And the icon color will be white. Regular avatar background will be black. Okay. Yeah, that's very big. So let's change radius to 0. And then oh, did I do 0? Sorry. 16 seems to be very big. Then half of 16, which is 8. That is looking sweet. Okay. Yeah, so I said we're going to put this to trying to make everything as simple as possible, so that even if today, if you started Flutter yesterday, you can follow this tutorial or this live and build your own. So let's put this to in an inkwell widgets, and then give it an on tap function. This will help us get a splash effect that we can design. So let me see what we got. Is it giving a splash effect? I'm not sure. Oh, wait. This is the size box, right? Okay. Let me rerun. Okay. Can't see the splash effect, but let's keep it here for now. We'll attend to it later, since we are not doing any complex implementations. We can just focus on our UI for now. Yeah, but on the normal, on tap function on inkwell can give you the same function you get when you use buttons. So anything you put inside this function, so we can say to do navigate. No, this is for refresh. So to refresh balance. So we can refresh balance or write a function, a method. If you're coming from Java, you can write a method that you use to refresh the balances. That will do the design soon. Yeah, so I think we are also done with the second part, which is this. So we are done with this too. Now we can move forward to the next one, which are these cards. Wow. Okay, there's no time, so let's get started. So we are done with this. Let's say done. Then we are in progress. Yeah, so I'll first design a single card. After that, we'll just use an each loop or a for each loop to duplicate this into this. So let's first design the airtime card. Yeah, come with me, let's design. So we first have a container. We'll have to put a space between these two, so we can use a size box to achieve that. So yeah, that should give us a fine space between that two. So we now have our container decoration, box decoration, the color is yellow. So let's go pick our yellow color. You can make that a variable and use over and over again, but try and keep everything as simple as possible. For now, let's give it a height and width. Okay. The width, you can just keep it at 80. So let's run this and see what we got. Okay, we have that. Cross axis. We want the items to appear on the left. So I'm using the cross axis that start for the parent column widget to align all its children to the left or to the start. Okay. So 160 and then 100. So we have that. Let's say that's our card. It has a rounded edges, rounded borders. So let's go border radius. Let's give it a circular border radius that applies to all. And then 25. Yeah. So we have this. After this, inside this container, from the beginning I said Flutter apps or almost all applications are made of rows and columns when it comes to layouts. So we have these two in here. So this is a column having two children. First one is this, and then second one is this. Yeah, so let's get this working. So for the child of the container, we'll have a column which will have a children of this, a row. We'll have a children of this container which will be white, and then this row which will contain a text. So let's get our text from here. Let me get this. Wait. Let me do the text. And then container. Just so I don't miss. So this is not going to be in an inkwell. So we can remove the inkwell. Yeah. But for this, the icon comes before the text. So let's change their positions. Icon and then text. Yeah. What does it say? Airtime. Let's see what we are doing before. Okay, that's looking good. So this needs to move away from the parent. So give it that padding. Then let's go look for the airtime icon. Oh. Let's see, call. Let's first search call. Yeah, we can use this. I think we can use this. We are doing it. So our icon successfully downloaded. So let's go back to the IDE. Call icon. Yeah. So we can have our call icon. Let's replace it with refresh icon. Yeah. As you can see, we have our airtime icon. Airtime is bold and in caps. You can use to uppercase. So just move them to caps. Yeah. Yeah. So now let's design this. Let me change the colors. So now we are designing this. Okay. Let's go back. Our text is done. Did I say text? Let's call it a label. Now the container. So with the container, we still have let's first create a container, decoration box decoration, border radius circular, give it 5, and the color should be white. Okay, then with the child, that's a column. And the column has the children. It has children. First one is a text, and then the second one is text. Okay. We're almost done, guys. So I'm gonna say this 50 cities at time. Yeah. Science is alignment. Start. Yeah. This container needs a width. I have something in mind. If that happens, then we'll change it. Let me try this for now. Yeah, it's good. And then the height should also do same. Okay, the height won't, yeah. Let's keep the width and go without troubles, yeah. So we need a space between these two, our label and the container. We have our space. What do we need again? So we can move inside the container, hold the column and change the cross houses elements to start. Okay. Let's put the column children in a padding. Yeah. So we need a divider. Let's see. And then we need another text that says bonus. All right. So now we can do away with this height. Yeah. So looking at this, we have rounded corners, rounded corners, rounded corners, but this is not. So let's do that. first part then. Yeah. Yeah, we're almost done with our container. Looking at the bonus. Okay. The font size of this seems to be more than the default 16. So let's see. Yeah, we're good. So let's design this, the borders. Right, where's the container? Okay, change borders to only, bottom left, circular. Oh, let me see. Okay. What's the size of the thing? Border radius, it's supposed to be really. Let me confirm this. Okay, just radius, yeah. Top right, no, top left, and bottom right. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, guys, we are almost done. Right, so now we have this, I want to do it, I want to keep it so basic. Yeah, so maybe as time goes on, then I'll start putting things on in advance, but I'm confused. Should I keep it basic, or should I? Right, so we're about to create this. We're about to create this too. This and this. Yeah. We're about to create that too. So let's get to work. Let's first confirm the space between these two. Yeah, it's okay. And then we go to this. So we have a widget called wrap. I'll call the children. And we put this, and this. Let's see. Yeah. So we'll have this, and then we can say alignment, cross alignment, is it cross alignment or just alignment? Let's check the wrap alignment. Let's try this and see. Nothing really. Okay. Let me first do this. Put it in a row and put wrap and expand it. So let's see. Yeah. So let's check the run spacing. I think the alignment itself is a row, and then the run spacing is the column alignment, right? The column spacing. So just guessing, but let's do that and see. Yeah. So we got our thin bar. The white, I don't trust the white we are using here. Actually, everything is white, but I just feel like the MTN design is just too old, and picking the colors make it look different. But for now, let's keep going. So our containers need a box shadow. Should I rather, instead of designing everything, I think we can just wrap them with cards. I was supposed to start with cards. I don't know why I even started with containers. Let me change one to card and see how it will be like. Let's see. So that's what we got. Let's give our card a color. Previous yellow. And then can we give it a weave? So we can put it in a sized box, yeah? Then give it a weave. So let's see if this will work. Yeah. We have our card. The elevation is it's not showing, so let's add it and see. Yeah, you can see it now. But the MTN one looks very lean, so I think we can limit it to 4 and see. Can we go with that? I think the elevation color too. So the shadow color, yeah. We can give it a white, you know. Wow. So let's try this and see. Okay. I think that's looking pretty cool. So I think we can just apply all this to the remaining ones. So let's take this container, comment out this, change to size box, make this a card, and then we can just do this. I think from here all the way up to here, right? Yeah. So we can comment out this, make it a size box, wrap this in a card, and then go from here to here. So let's see what we got. All right. Let's look at MTN. I think we're kind of cool, right? Yeah. think, can we go with this? We're just going manual, right? Let's get UI done. All right. I think we're kind of cool right now, yeah? But I think we're cool. That our whites are not matching, you know. So we would have to decide our own white, you know. So it's looking more like an off-white color. So let's look for dark color. Let's look for dark color. We have different shades of white. Our white is just looking off. I'm trying to get a white that matches this. Yeah. Let's see. Nah. Nah. I think we can get a color. Yeah, I think we can go with this for now. colors. Oh. Okay. What is going on here? This is a size box. It's a size box. It's another one. So I do the first one, changing this color to this. Yeah. What mistake am I making? I think it's supposed to be here. Oh my god. Okay. We can't go with this. Don't know why it's difficult getting a blue white to complement that other one. I think I will just maintain the white, then we move to the next items. Yeah. So we've gotten our cards. I think this is what I have to change. Okay, let's go to this section and then this. So we have our container, we have this, we have that, and then so after cards, so we can try and keep everything simple. Yeah, here. So we need a little bit of height. Then we need a text. Let's take this. Come here and drop it here. What does it say? Showing balances as at. Okay. Showing balances as at. Yo. Yeah. April 19, 2024. We can use November 11, 2025. So 11, 2025. And then we put a time there. 3:12. I think they have seconds, right? Yeah. Let's say 32 p.m. Yeah. Font size seems like 12. Now 14. So let's refresh and see what we got. Okay. We have something cool. Then we have to center this alone, right? So you can just put it in a row. We call the main axis alignment to be centered. Or we can put it, we can call it with center and see if it will work. Yeah. So the next thing, we are going to the next card. Yeah. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So let me just go for the old card. Now let's do something new. So we have this. Can I clean all these lines? Yeah. So designing this. Let's first go for our container. So we have this. Let's give it a height. It should be high enough, right? But wait, check this. If we are using stack, right? So I think there's going to be an issue. I smell an issue. Okay, let's do it. When we get there, then we will check how to cross. Let me put it at 450. Then the width will be double dot infinity. Here. Then we give it a decoration. Box decorations. First, let's give it a color. Red. Okay. Now let's see what we got. So that's what we have. Can you see the problem? Yeah, I can see the problem. But don't worry, take care of it. So we need the red to fit the edges. But at the top here, somewhere at the top here, we gave this particular horizontal padding that prevents the children from getting to the end or the edge of the screen. So we'd have to remove this and then come in here and group these elements. So we can group this, put them in a padding. So we can put them in a padding. The pattern should be symmetric. Horizontal 24. We have a child as column. Then we have children as this. Now let's see if our problem will be solved. Yeah. Our problem is solved. So now we design this. Let's go for the first border radiuses. Where do we have them? We have border radius somewhere. We have a lot of them somewhere. Oh, I deleted them. Did I? I'm not sure. Yeah, here they are. So take this, put it here. This time around, we are going to have only top left. So I think I took the wrong one. Yeah, I can just come for this. And then we give it to this. So instead of top right, we do top left. Now let's see what we got. Great. Now this height here, will this work? We're in a column, right? Let me put it in the widget called intrinsic height and say if that will take effect. No. Intrinsic height, I think it's supposed to take the remaining spaces, the vertical remaining spaces of the screen bar. Let me let it take everything and see how it will look like. It's in a column, right? So let's make it expanded and see. I'm just trying things out. Yeah. So what I'm trying to achieve, as you can see, the height of the red is supposed to take the remaining spaces at the bottom. So the red is supposed to take these spaces from here all the way to the bottom. Yeah. But let's go. So I think the red has taken the bottom, but we have something somewhere, a pattern. I can remember this. So we have only, let's put a pattern only at the top. So now let's see. Yeah. We're almost there. There's some few things I have to do. We have airtime, 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 and airtime. It escaped me. I think we should go back and change it before moving forward, yeah? So, to do that, let's go into our wrap. Yeah. So, we need three things. We need data and then broadband. Okay. Yeah. So let's do that's for airtime. What's airtime? I think this 141. And this is for data. Then for the data, let's just put some gigabytes there. Then the bonus, there's no bonus. Yeah, so that's that. Now let's go for the icon, the data icon, right? We have up and down button, down icons. Let's see. I think we have this. This looks very similar, but they are not the same. So let's keep scouting. Let's see, is there an actual icon that we can use to replace this? I think we can use this. Yeah. I think we can use this. So let's get it. Is it downloading? Yeah. We should start. I also saw something. This should be a container with a margin on the top. Yeah. The icon downloaded. Yeah. Now we have our data icon. So data icon. So let's go down there. Yeah. Data icon. Now we can search Wi-Fi. Okay, we need something like this. The data icon seems to be very small. see what we got with this. It's too big. Okay. Let's just maintain the 16 for uniformity. Yeah. As you know, I told you already, MTN icons are not out there. You can't easily get MTN icons. So let's get one for the Wi-Fi and then we move on. Icon is downloading. Where is it? Okay. So we have our Wi-Fi icon. Let's put it in there. So we are done with data. We're done with airtime. Let's call this. Let's see what we got. Yeah, Wi-Fi icon beautifully labeled down there. Yo. Okay, so there's broadband. Get connected and then click here. So this is broadband. Type it or something. Yeah. So let's move on. We have broadband. It says get connected. Yeah. What's the size? Is that a normal size? It's just like the header. Yeah. So what do we have? has a default size. Here. And down there we have click here. Yeah. Now our 3 items are ready. We can move and take care of our red button. It's looking good. So, coming back to our container, this color is not red but white. And we are going to have a fight between the whites, right? As you can see, the whites are now different. Is this white here? It's whiter than the one in the bottom. So we would now have to fight with this white. Let's pick this. Give this one. Oh wait, what did I pick? Let's see. Yeah. I think we have our white. Yeah. I think we have our white. Now we can start developing. Let's close this and give it a child. It will probably be a column that has children. First child being a row, just like the button at the top. So, come in here. Yes. Yeah. Let's drop this and see what we got. Ooh, yeah. I think they all go into a pattern with the horizontal of 24 and the top being 32. We are not building a future here. Symmetric, horizontal, 24. And then so this one can have vertical, Actually 32. Yeah. So we can now do quick access and then view all. We call this quick access. Yeah, just checking something. All right, so we are building these 4 buttons. After that, then we can come build this, because we only have this design. We wouldn't do the polls and the rest. So very soon we will be done with our string. And I hope you've learned a lesson, or you've learned something new. Yeah, okay, so let's take care of this. So what do we have here? We're looking at probably a container. Since there is no shadow, we'll just go with a container. Give it border radiuses. And then inside of the container, we'll have a row that has 2 children, a text, and then a button. Sorry, a text and then an icon. And then this icon is wrapped within a circular avatar. So let's get started. So after this, let's start with our container. Let's call it a child. No, let's first give it a color. I have to pick this color, right? So I'm give it decoration, box decoration. Let's give it a color. I think I have some colors in my clipboard. So just give me a color, give me a color, give me a color. Yeah, we have this. So I can edit this and pick a color from here. So this becomes the container's color. Yeah. Let me give it a height for now. Should I? Yeah. So starting from width. I think it has the same width as the containers, so you can just replicate that. On 175. Yeah. And for the height, let me just put anything for now. Give it 120. And we'll have border radius. They will be circular. It's the edges being is the same as the first ones, right? So what did I give him? 10, yeah. Is it 10? Is it 10? We have a card of padding, we have column of padding, we have row of content, version. I'll stick with a 10. Let me run it and see what I got. Whoa, it's big. Make this 60, yeah? So we have them in a cross axis alignment. Should begin from the start. Yeah. Yeah. If they're starting from start, then let's now build a row. So we have a child being row. This row a padding. Okay, let me build so that you see why I need to give it a padding. So the main axis is beginning from the start, of course. As you can see from the design, these items are more aligned to the left than the right. Yeah. So let's go. We have this two. I think we can just use this for it. Let's go find the broadband items. Where is the broadband? Where is the broadband? Let's pick one of this. I think this. Is that it? Nah, it's not this. So I think this. Yeah. Let's bring it here and see what we got. Yeah, you can't see it, but I can see it. So let's change the colors of this icon. Color should be white. And then the text color should also be white. Now let's see. You can see, right? Yeah. So we are making this is not going to be to uppercase again. This will be capitalized. Capitalized. Okay, so now you say, let's just call it data bundle. Why? Yeah. So we have our data bundle widget. We go for the data bundle. Wait, let's do this. Let's put the elements centered. Yeah. Why is it still there? Let's see. What is this? Yeah, this needs to go. Why are you still there? Why are you still there? This pushes it to the start. This pushes the whole container. Let me see, the container started from here. Oh, I think. Yeah, I think I did something terrible. Let's see. Yeah. I did something terrible. All right, so we are wrapping this in a cycler, avatar. So let's wrap this in a circular avatar. Sorry. And then it has a background color. Is it just color? Hey, it's background color. Okay. That's white. And this is black by default. So we have that. Now let's go for the data bundle icon. I think it's this one. So let's see. Yeah. Now we do just for you. We are going to have this for just for you, right? So let's build it. Let's build it. Let's build it. So we have just for you. And what else do we have? We have send Momo. Oh, the Momo icon. It's very sad. It's painful because I had all those. I designed all these icons because they weren't online, and then I lost the folder. That's sad. Right. So I have just for you. Let's get an icon for the gift bag. So let's look for some gift bag. No, oh my god. I'm confused. I don't know if we can find any. gift bag png. Let's see, the closest one is this, so we'd have to go with this, or I can go with this. Yeah, it's still the same, so let me just go with this. Download as png. Download as png. Are you downloading? Yeah. So we need a gift bag for the Just For You. Let's open this and put it here. Yeah, so this is Just For You. So let's call the gift bag. All right, what do we have there? Yeah, we have a gift bag. Yeah, we can manage that. But for the Momo, we won't be able to get an icon for it. So we'll just use a send button. We'll just use a send button to do that. So let's put this here. And then what do we have? What do we have? Send Momo. We use a send icon. I lost the icon. It's very painful. Let's say transfer, or should we say money? I don't have anything. Send money. It will be very difficult to get something like that. So we just have to use an icon that's similar to that of DS, you know. So what do we have? What do we have? What are we going to use? I don't know. I think I'll just use this for that. I think I'll just use that. I think we are almost done, yeah. Everything seems to be so slow, yeah. We have send Momo. We'll have a database as well. You done? So for the database, it's easy to get. Oh. Why? What's going on? You can take this one. Send money is done, yeah? So let's use send money for Momo. So they should be sent money. Then let's go check if, yeah, database is done. So we can now use database. Yeah. So we have our send money. Now we can do the database as well. Database. Then we have that as which one is that? Send money solution. Okay. We have database. Why is it not showing? That's mashup. Has it loaded? Mash up. Okay. Assets slash icons slash database.png. So why? Why is the database missing? Let me just call data icon and see. Remove this. Okay. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we good. We good. We good. Now let's do our wrap. So this will be in a column to have a cross axis from start. Let me just go for this. I just have to rewrite everything. Where is it? Where is the wrap? Yeah. You have row expanded and then wrap. So row. Let's call our row. Children expanded and then this. All right. As you can see, we have our items well aligned. Now. So far, so good. In 3 hours, we're able to design screens from here all the way to here. Now let's design this, the bottom nav bar, and then we can say bye-bye for today's stream. Yeah. Okay. So we have this and this. Let's close the whole body. So we've done the app bar, we've done the body. Now we're doing the bottom navigation bar. So we have bottom nav bar, then items, The items are bottom navbar items. So we'll have first this, at least two, this, and this. The icon is a widget, so you can use anything you want to use, any widget you want to use. Let's do this and this. So let me first build this, right? What do we have here? We have home. Okay, since this is a widget, you can have icon and then have it as home. Let's just make it look like it's active. So let's give it a color of yellow. Yeah. Then we can add the label. And the label is a text, right? We have a text. Wait, let me see. It's a string, yeah. Yeah. And then what again? So let's replicate this. Let's see what we got. Yeah. So we have something like this. We have to give it a background of white. I'm sure the background is white, right? Yeah, it is. A little more whiter than since that. So this background must be whiter than the first one. So where is that? We can get it from here. So let's replace this color and then pick a color. We are picking a color. Give me a color. Pick this and see. So let's see what we got. Oh no. Let's go for the first white. Where is it? Yeah, we have this. white. Oh. Then we can replace the white. We can put that white here and make it a little bit darker than, no, lighter than the first one. So let's push it forward a bit. See, is that enough? No. Yeah, I think this is cool. But there's, I can see some reddish, red-like texture in there. Yeah, I think this is cool. So let's go back to building the rest of our item. This and this. So what do we have here? We have shop, Momo, and more. So this is more. This is Momo. This is shop. And when we come to the icon, we're using the options icon. We're using more. Wait, ellipses, right? More vertical. Why is it? Really? Menu. Why is this icon missing? Let me see. I think it's more. Yeah. So we have more. The color is supposed to be black. So let's give it a default. Momo, Momo, Momo. Right, so shop. Momo 2 should be dark. Shop should also be dark. Let's refresh for now while I look for the rest of. So we are going to use this somewhere. Yeah. So the color of black. We have our black. Color of black. So we have our icons down there. Now let's go find the shop and Momo. For Momo, we are going to use this. We'll use this for send money. We'll call it send money. And then the color will be black. So now let's look for a shop icon. I don't have the MTN icon, so let's use for shop cat icon. Let me see what they have again. Okay, I think we can get that. Search cat icon PNG. Yeah. Can I just download now? Icon websites always have a lot of stuff. Where do I even download from? Is it this? Or this? Or even this? It's not this. Then it should be this. So the icon is that big and I'm this struggling. Is this not it? What is this? Huh. Shop icon. I don't mind you guys. Okay. So we just take this, put it here. Oh, sorry. So we take this, put it here. What is happening? What is going on? Put it here and call it shop icon. Now let's see what we got. Yeah, shop icon is active. Let's remove the sizes. Sorry, they're too small, they're very tiny. Let's see. Okay, I think this is cool. Yeah. Okay. Now let's stand back. To this. So let's set our current index to be 0. That's just pointing out the active routes or the active screen. So what we are just saying is, if you look at the screen, we have home, we have shop, we have the send money, and then the options button. So what we are doing down there, it's setting an index for the first button, which is the home. And that's what we normally do when you are creating a navigation bar, because without setting the active routes, Flutter or your compiler doesn't know where to start from. That's why we have a current index, which is the 0. Yeah. And that index is in respect to the items we have here. So this is item 0, 1, 2, and 3. And we want home to be active. Yeah. So from there, we would have to the labels. Yeah. Now let's design our labels. Let's design this thing. So by default, the bottom navigation bar normally hides the labels. So we just need to find our Boolean value and put it on to true. Yeah, so we have it here. You can see bool show selected labels, and then bool show unselected labels. So we just have to set this to true, and hopefully we should see our labels. Yeah. So let's say show unselected labels to true. Now let's check our labels. We have our labels. Yeah, our labels are there. Now let's change the label color to black. So let's design text that let's design the unselected label style. It takes the text style function, and then we'll just design the color to be black. And then we do same for the selected. So for the selected label, we give it a text style, and give it a color of yellow. Yellow, 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 yellow. This. Oh. That's not a yellow. Where is it? 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 All right. So our selected label should now be yellow, and the unselected should be black. Are we there? Selected, unselected. Current indices. Have you restarted? They're still white. Why are they white? Let me see. Selected item color, and then unselected item color. Okay, let's change that. Wait, let me just do this. Selected item color should be And then we'll have the unselected to be black. Have I deleted the items? Yeah. So the unselected item color should be black. So if that works, then that means this, what we have here, are not so important. Let me remove them and see. Yeah, they are not. Then this too is not important. We can remove this and just give it a little bit of padding. We have padding. So the yellow, let's see. Is that bold? It feels like the text is bold. So let's get the label. Let's just give a padding. One item, a padding, and that should affect the rest. So let me do one last thing to make the tab work. So let's set an integer of current index to be 0, and yeah. So if you come here, our current index is current index, then on tabbed. So we write the function for on tap. On tap takes an integer index, then we can use our lambda expression and set state. We can set state saying current index should be the index. Yeah. So now we should see a tap effect when we tap on any item. Yeah. I hope you can see that. Why is your color still black? More, okay. Yeah. Yellow seems off. Let's pick a yellow. Have you picked? Yeah. I think they should help. Oh. I would love to do the icons, to change an icon so that we'll have the app look so much like the MTN icon. But I just can't tell the type of icon they are using. Let me check online and see. I think checking online will be what font type is my MTN Ghana app using. Brandfold, MTN Brighter Sun. Yeah, so it's going to be difficult getting it. Yeah. Okay, what font type is similar to, oh, sorry. I'll say, okay, Lato or Montserrat. Google Fonts, and then we take the Lato. Well, let's just use Montserrat. I hope you can see the app. we've developed this in less than 3 hours 30 minutes. Let's say real coding was not up to 2 hours, but the searches, the research, and all that got it to 3 hours. But we're still on it, yeah? Let's just change the font and call it a day. Of course, it's been a long day, you know. All right, let's search for Lato. We will download it as an asset and use it in our app. Download the thing. Yeah. So let's extract. So inside the asset, we will create a new directory called fonts. So we can extract and drop our font in there. So we're going to use just two sizes, right? Two sizes, which will be the bold and then the normal. So let me go in the Lato. So we have regular and then so we have that. Then we have to go into our prospect. We have the font section. You just have to comment it out. Let me get some few things, right? So I don't want to rewrite everything. So I'm picking this to replace this. And then we name our font, which is Lato. Asset font. We have Lato. Yeah, Lato bold. And then Lato regular. Yeah. Oh. Setting it in the assets. Then I'll go set it as default in the main app, the main entry, right? So inside our dim data, send font family. Hi, where are you? Is it back? Let me keep the default color scheme. Let me type dim data again. Hi. Okay. No problem. Let me go here. Let's set the font family to Lato. Let's see if this will work. Let's change the title to my MTN app demo. Then let's remove the banner too. Let's remove the debug banner. All right, so let's rerun and see if the font family will reflect, and then if the banner will also be removed. Yeah. Yes. So our font has been removed. Sorry, our font style has changed, and then our app is also out of the debug mode. So thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being part of the very first Code with Sergio episode. This will come on every Friday or Saturdays. If you are watching right now and you're not subscribed, subscribe. Whatever you have to say, put it in the comment section. Like. If you want to save or share, save and share. Thanks for having you. Thanks for joining me. Code the MTN app homepage from scratch. This is what we have.